Oh yeah, my critics have a symbol. That's right, and we're big whiny babies, of course, about all the movies opening this weekend, including Hellboy, a brand new one, and we'll introduce you to an animated Missing Link. But most of all, it's an amazing experience from the Queen. An amazingly powerful performance that's been hidden since 1972. We'll introduce you to Aretha's Amazing Grace and him.
Meet Mr. Link.
You know, like Missing Link.
Ah! Wait, I don't get it.
I didn't get it either. Something is definitely missing in this Link.
650 pounds.
I wish you were little.
I told you, watch it.
And you should watch it. Issa Rae and a little newcomer's new film are shooting for your movie money.
I'm on your side!
And I am on the side of quality entertainment. Pot shots will be thrown as I try to figure out what or who is this new Hellboy.
Oi, I need some ID, love.
Are you serious?
Boy, am I, critically speaking, now. Oh yeah, Hellboy, another one. Anyway, welcome to Critically Speaking, a show that is all about movies. I am your host, Lee Thomas. Joining me this week, the usual suspects. Adam Graham reviews movies for the Detroit News, and Rotten Tomatoes certified critic Tom Santilli. What's up? Gentlemen, we always begin talking about the business of filmmaking, or movies that have, of course, caught our attention. We simply call it our movie buzz. And this week, it's big. New details on Disney's new streaming service called Disney+. The company says the service will have more than 7,000 TV shows, 500 films. It includes Disney originals along with Marvel, Star Wars, and at least some content will be brought from Fox. Disney also says it will develop original content for series and it will be projecting it in 4K. The big key, though, is the price. It launches in November for $6.99 per month or $70 per year, which is about $6 a month. I believe this is a game changer, especially for Netflix. They in trouble. Beginning with those big conglomerates, they're all going to start streaming their content from Comcast to AT&T. To the critics we go. Do you think this is a game changer, and how will it change the game? Adam.
It is a game changer, I think, for every parent. I think there's no way that any parent can get away with not having this thing. The $6.99 price point is quite what's the word I'm looking for?
Affordable.
Quite enticing.
Affordable, it's great.
Yes, but beware of Trojan horse pricing. As you see with Netflix, they're slowly creeping up. YouTube TV, they get you at $34.99. They're like, oh, now it's $50. Sorry, but you're already in. So I wouldn't be surprised if this price goes up later. But yes, I think every parent has to have this for their child. Adults who have this, I have no interest in it.
Yeah, here I think this is a game changer because now Disney has product in theater and their own streaming service. And what if they started to combine some combination of the two where you get onto the streaming service and you get a free movie, blah, blah, blah. Just saying. Tom, where are you on this brand new Disney+?
Well, I think I am a parent, so I'm super excited about this. I'm also a huge Disney fan, as a lot of people are. But I do think that there is, at least for now, there's definitely room for Netflix in this arena as long as Disney stays as a family brand.
Right.
Yeah, this is going to be things for kids and stuff, but they don't have the hard-hitting content that the other streaming services have, and so therefore I think that they'll all be around for a while. But yeah, this is going to blow up. I think it's going to break records for like subscriptions and things like that when it first comes out, just for the library alone. But they've also announced things like the entire Simpsons is going to be on there. So there's just so much content that people love. It's a no-brainer.
No-brainer, and also they're having packages that'll have ESPN and Hulu included in a package deal. Disney rules the entertainment world. But for now, let's just stick with the movies opening this weekend. And it's the relaunch of a franchise as the dude from Stranger Things becomes Hellboy.
Where do you think you're going?
Yeah, his name is David Harbour, and he is the new Hellboy. And honestly, this movie is hecka messed up. I didn't want to say hella messed up. It just is messed up. Plus, there's this.
Amazing grace.
Oh yeah, it is amazing performance that brought audiences to tears. Aretha, her lost performance is found. Amazing Grace, critically speaking, next. Now, it's just simply true. The best-selling gospel album of all time is brought to life in footage that was lost and now found. It's a live recording of Aretha Franklin's Amazing Grace. She just has a captivating voice, and this movie is like going to church. It's Aretha Franklin and Reverend James Cleveland leading the way in this gospel concert movie. Make it very clear, this is not a scripted movie. There's no narration or explanation, just music from the Queen, and you see this film crew led by Hollywood director, award-winning Sidney Pollack. He is in the frame because he's walking through, setting up shots sometimes. But if you're not careful, this film will bring you to tears. It's Aretha at the height of her fame, doing what she did best, which was, in my opinion, gospel music. Also, I love seeing her father, the Reverend C.L. Franklin, activist, reverend, just as famous as well, leading his daughter and talking to his daughter in this movie. If you've never seen Aretha Franklin sing, if you've never seen her sing, this is your opportunity to see her sing gospel music that is a must-see. To the critics we go. I obviously am a big thumbs up on this one. I was in my house just dancing on this one. I gotta lead here. Wow. And this was a good one for me, gentlemen. You can't give this film a thumbs down, so you don't even have to mess with your thumbs. Just tell me, was it an experience that you could just feel at your core when you watched Amazing Grace, Adam?
No, yes, absolutely. And it is a thumb straight up to the heavens.
Yeah,
this is a really transcendent performance and transcendent experience. You watching it at home, I don't think it does it justice. I think you owe it to yourself to go out to the theater and see it in the full sound of a theater, the darkness of a theater, and just kind of feel the energy from the audience as well. I think what's really special about this movie is, yes, it's kind of been under wraps since 1972.
Right.
And bringing it out now, what is it, 45 years later, 47 years later.
Yeah.
There's something, if this movie had been around this whole time, it wouldn't be the same experience as digging into this like a true...
I completely agree with you. It's like a slice of life, and you see some celebrities in the audience. It's really kind of magical because it's like a slice of history.
Yeah, it's like a true time capsule buried and then unearthed today when Aretha left us last year, and so now it's even that much more powerful. I love the kind of rawness of the film.
Yeah.
I love when they cut to the back pew and Mick Jagger's up
I know,
there.
right?
It's just a really, really special experience that you can't really even put into words. Thumbs as high as they can go.
Yeah, good man. All right, Tom, where are you at on Amazing Grace?
A huge thumbs up. Yeah, let's look at it here. There was something special going on in that room. It was like a lightning in the bottle kind of thing that was captured here, and it is just unbelievable. Even in terms of Aretha Franklin's own career, which spanned 50 years, was unbelievable. This is her best-selling album, and this is her stripped down. I mean, if you go through a lot of archival footage of Aretha performing, she's wearing fur coats and feather plumes and things like this. This is just her with this connection with God and the audience. And it's just a special, special thing. Now, there was some behind the scenes. There's probably a whole separate documentary here about the making of this film and why it was
took so long,
delayed for so long. And Aretha Franklin actually did not want this released. It was not until after her death, her family struck a deal with the filmmakers to put this out there.
Wow.
So there's probably some story there. But in and of itself, even if you're not religious, I think people should go watch this amazing talent.
Yeah, you know, I agree with everything you said, and sometimes I think it's divine intervention, if I can say that in this case, because there's something magical about this movie coming out now, after her passing.
Absolutely.
So, gentlemen,
It's a gift. It's a gift from her to us.
Good job. She's shining upon us right now, because Aretha used to call when she didn't like something, but she's shining on us
And
right
that choir was looking good. This is a time capsule
Yeah,
of
they
the 70s.
did.
James Cleveland was also fantastic. I mean, they're all amazing.
All the afros. It was good stuff. All right, gentlemen, on to the next movie. And I wish we could stay in the same mood, but we just can't, because it's a heck of a movie out this week, and there's a new Hellboy, and this movie, in my opinion, simply misses the mark. Now, this clip makes my point in less than 20 seconds. What is the Osiris Club?
Do you recall the Osiris Club?
Oh, yeah, strip joint in Jersey.
Now, the other one, the British Occult Society, formed in 1866 by the ranking members of the Heliopic Brotherhood of Ra.
Ra? I met Ra once in the underworld. He's a close talker.
You're like us.
See, those two jokes just weren't funny. Yeah, strip club in Jersey. He's a close talker. Just not funny. The short clip is a great example of what Hellboy is not. Too much backstory, a lot of missed opportunities for humor. This reboot doesn't claim anything from the earlier versions. It introduces this new Hellboy. Stranger Things, David Harbour is the new demon from hell. But his acting choices seemed like he was in over his head. And same with the director. His name is Neil Marshall. He crafted this stylish film, but it's convoluted with too much storyline and made the film feel long. Now, the filmmakers wanted this new version to be raw and true to its comic book origins. It's just bloody overkill, and I'm not trying to be British. There's a lot of blood in this movie. And that's not the biggest problem. The film even tries to claim an association with a legendary story, which just was an insult to that legendary story. With too many flashbacks in this hipper-than-thou music, seemed forced in the movie as well, almost out of place almost every time they brought in hip music. This movie is not for me, if you haven't guessed already. I'm not sure who it's for, but let me say just a couple good things about this movie. The graphics are great, it's visually stunning. Mila Kunis as well, Mila Jovovich. Mila Jovovich, she does what she can do in this movie. I thought she did a standout job, but that's all I can say. It's a heck no from me. With Hellboy, it's 2 thumbs down. If I take my big toes and point those down too, they would be down. And since my mom asked me not to cuss on TV, I'm just saying heck no. But I really want to say it's a H-E double toothpicks no to Hellboy, but I'll say the title of the movie. But you know. To the critics we go. Tom, you're up first on this one. I didn't even know what, I think I stood up and said, what was that at the end of that one? Where are you on Hellboy, Tom?
Yeah, from heaven with Aretha Franklin all the way down to the deepest, darkest depths of heck.
Good job, man. Good job. Thank you. My mom would appreciate that.
This movie is one of the worst movies of the year and might probably stand out as the worst movie of the year when it all is said and done. This is just an absolute mess. Yeah, it wasn't funny. It tried to kind of create, like, okay, Hellboy's a comic book character. He is kind of snarky and sarcastic. That's part of his charm, but it just doesn't fit here. It's not in step. The movie is just a jumble of, like, these cliched things that we've seen before. I thought the CG was overblown and kind of, the whole thing is just kind of like banal, like nothing, it's just dull. And I'll say this too, I am not offended by extreme violence, but this movie had Yeah, this movie had such unnecessary violence. Like,
I agree.
A horror movie at least like is going for a shock, like, or a war movie is going for, like, you know, realism. This movie just like tears people's faces off for no reason and splits them in half. It's just absolutely ridiculous and just terrible. I can't believe that they took this character and ruined him like this.
And spent money on that. Let's go to Adam real quickly on this one. Didn't you miss Ron Perlman?
Oh my God. Now Ron Perlman really nailed that role. He had the look. Like, I'm not even sure David Harbour has the look. His face doesn't look right.
Odd.
And just the old Ron Perlman's character looked so much cooler. Everything about this is a mess. I'm going way down. Turn that into a GIF, somebody.
Wait.
But yeah, keep the buzzers coming. I don't think since Suicide Squad have we seen a comic book movie become this much of a disaster before our very eyes. Tries to be Deadpool, it's not Deadpool. It's like if every single joke in Deadpool fell flat.
Yeah.
You got everybody throwing out F-bombs just to throw out F-bombs. They got jokes about Twitter, Uber, and Google Translate, where the punchline is simply the reference. Hey, look how cool we are. We're talking about Uber. The movie was terrible. I don't have anything else to say about it.
All right, we'll just move right on like it never happened, hopefully. And my suggestion is go watch the 2004 Ron Perlman version and you'll have a good time. All right, gentlemen, let's move on. Let's move on. Also out this weekend, a comedy starring Issa Rae and newcomer Marsai Martin.
Say what now?
Say what now is enroll this child in school or somebody is going to jail. That's what now. Say what.
And I say what now is Marsai Martin is the star. She's also the producer. This young lady produced this film called Little. It's a different take on Big. It's about a hard-nosed CEO who becomes a kid. Issa Rae is her employee, and it's rated PG-13. It's just not funny. I wanted it to be. I was waiting for it to be. It just isn't. So I'm going to move on from that one quickly as well. When we come back, The Missing Link is on our movie watch, critically speaking, next. Yeah, a friend like you from the soundtrack of this movie right here, and this is the movie watch. How many times did I look at my watch during your movie? And this week, of course, it's Missing Link.
Of course. I give you my word.
Okay, what is it?
My word is, this isn't a good movie. Zach Galifianakis is the missing link. Hugh Jackman is the noble explorer trying to join this elite explorers group. Zoe Saldana is just a friend. But whatever, the movie is much ado about nothing. I looked at my watch 5 to 6 times. It's slow, it's unfunny, it's almost not bearable. I would not recommend this unless you're under 6 years old, and then you probably can sit through it, but you'll be running around trying to think of other stuff anyway. Missing Link is rated PG, but I don't even know if the little ones will be able to sit through it, to be honest with you. Adam, you saw this one as well.
I did.
The Missing Link is just missing so much, I didn't even know where to start.
It is, and I think I looked at my watch a few more times than I would have liked to, and that I usually do. Which is a sign that it wasn't working. I think the main problem here is the casting of Zach Galifianakis as this Yeti.
And I like him, you know, but not in this role.
I like him enough, but it just didn't work here. Like every time he says something, the voice and the character don't match up. And that was a real problem when he's the main character.
Right.
And I thought the storyline was kind of boring. Now, I really like this studio. It's like a studio who did like Coraline and Paranorman. They're known, and Kubo and the Two Strings.
Kubo and the Two Strings is a great movie.
They're known for kind of working outside of the box of the normal animation houses. And this is stop motion, so it looks really good. But I don't think the story is there, and I don't think the voice talent is there. Although I did like, I thought Hugh Jackman was good as the explorer who's trying to find these mythic creatures. Other than that, I just didn't think any of it worked.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. And you know, this is one that maybe you watch when it comes out streaming. But let's stick with me for a second, Adam, because also out this weekend is a United Kingdom import, the prison drama called Maze.
It was supposed to be the most secure prison in Europe.
38 IRA prisoners escaped from the Maze prison in Northern Ireland in 1983. The film is based on real events. Adam, you saw this one, up or down?
Yeah, I'm up on this movie. It's an interesting prison break movie that's more of a psychological drama than it is like an action movie. It's kind of, it's pretty well handled. Although the look that we're seeing right here, it's all this monochrome, so it's a lot to take.
All right, thanks a lot. And when we come back, it's our queen of the box office, simply Diane, when Critically Speaking returns.
To be a flaw.
Now to that money that was made at the box office last weekend in Shazam! I really enjoyed that film. It's still in the #1 position with $53.5 million. Pet Sematary doing very well on its debut weekend with $24.5 billion. And then Dumbo, which was a slight disappointment to me, #3 with $18 million. Now to who should win this weekend at the box office, and according to Box Office Pro, no, not Hellboy, it is Shazam, estimated to make about $25 million in its second weekend in release. All right, now to the king of the box office, the person, place, or thing we think you should pay attention to. And for me, it's the making of The 4 Heartbeats. That's right, as part of the Free Film Festival, it's happening through the weekend, the making of The 5 Heartbeats, right? The 5 Heartbeats, 5 of them, my bad. Robert Townsend, who stars in the film, the director of the film, he will be at the Redford Theater this Saturday. So, the making of The 5 Heartbeats is my king of the box office, baby. All right, gentlemen, to the 3 heartbeats right here, right? Hey, we can sing a little song. Never mind. Adam, no, Tom, you're up first. Who's your king of the box office?
Well, I wanted it to be Game of Thrones because I wanted them to do your idea, Lee. I can't believe nobody's playing that in the theaters, the premiere of it this weekend.
Right.
But my king of the box office is the movie Cabin in the Woods, which is playing at the Main Art. It's the Midnight series. Now, everybody knows about the Midnight series at the Maple Theater, at the Main Theater, Main Art. But this is actually the first time that they did a fan vote to see what movie they wanted to play, and Cabin in the Woods is the movie that won. This is a really good movie,
Good.
really fun, great pick for a midnight film. Go check it out this weekend at the Main.
Good stuff. Thanks, Tom. Adam, king of the box office.
My queen in the box office is Mary Kay Place. She stars in the film Diane, which opens this weekend.
Is it good?
At 71, Mary Kay Place has found the role of a lifetime as New England woman who's kind of dealing with life and watching all her friends die and kind of saying, hey, am I next in line? Really kind of solemn stuff, but she's excellent in it. She's my queen of the box office. Go see Diane, Mary Kay Place. Shout out to you.
Good job, gentlemen. As every week, thank you so much for your time and your efforts. And to you, thank you for watching. As long as they keep making movies, we'll keep critically speaking about those films. Next week, Elle Fanning is in Teen Spirit, and we'll see you at the theater.